when I heard some objection, for example, today, I was, okay, man, that's not a problem. And I said that's not a problem before, but so much stress inside of me.
Yeah.
So now it's very easy. So
Yeah.
it's a fucking game, man.
I'll be talking to one of my coaching clients, Georgie, who went from 5,000 per month to 32,000 per month in just 2 months. And we go over the biggest things that help him 6.4x the amount of sales and commissions he was making, and how it allowed him not to only buy his dream car, but he also taught it to his team, and each one of his team members that he was able to help with their sales also hit record months as well. Success leaves clues. So pay attention and drop your biggest takeaways in the comments. Let's dive
Nice.
in.
But tons of caffeine, ready to go, man. Yeah, so we can just go ahead, we can dive on into it. So I'll just like record this. I might like edit it a little bit, but it's just basically we want to understand like, your experience, really where you were before like you found me, how you were selling, and then the difference, and what do you feel like really helped you make that difference. So just first, I would say, just for everyone, is number one, you don't sell in English, right?
No,
So
no.
so what do you sell, and then who are the type of people you typically sell to?
Yeah, I'm from Bulgaria, so I sell to Bulgarian people in Bulgarian language, and I
Yeah.
sell business mentoring and business coaching.
Mhm.
And my English is not very good. I can understand you, and maybe 70% of what I want to say, I can say it.
Yeah.
And this was like stop for me to have a foreigner mentor. But when I saw you,
Mhm.
um, this have to be my barrier, and
Yeah.
I knew that I have to learn from you, because some people, some successful people, they are not born to be mentors,
Yeah.
but you are. It's in your blood, and
I
you're very
appreciate it,
good.
man.
Yeah, and you're very, because I'm mentor in Bulgaria,
Uh-huh.
coaching and stuff. And when I saw your content, I
Uh-huh.
hope that I can work with you.
Yeah.
And I remember we was chatting in Instagram, and I said,
Uh-huh.
hey man, can I work directly with you? And you said, yeah, that's not a problem. And I was, so
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm from Bulgaria. I sell
Uh-huh.
business mentoring, and um, I studied from different mentors before, but
Uh-huh.
I couldn't combine the whole picture. Something was missing.
Yeah.
1 month I have average results, some month low results, next month
Uh-huh.
some average results, but I never get really high results, which
Yeah.
I want to have.
Yeah. Cause like before, like how long were you selling the offer before like we started training together?
Ah, 2 years.
Okay, so you're 2 years on it.
Yeah.
And what was like an average month for you as far as like commissions, closing percentage? Like what did that typically look like?
The average from the 2 years, it was
Mhm.
like 8,000 Bulgarian level, which is for around 4,000 US,
Yeah.
your
So
currency.
around like 4 or 5K per month, like USD, around 8,000, uh,
Uh,
like yours. And was there a certain type of style that you were following? Were you like following a process, or like take me back? Like how are you actually selling?
um, when I started, I the only thing I knew was always be closing stuff
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that are going on, and I had a sticky note, always be closing, to remind me to always be closing, and it was awful because the feeling when I was pushy,
Uh-huh.
whether I got the sale or not, it doesn't matter. I felt very bad because I don't want to be in this role of pushy, of pressure. I don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, some people are, but I'm not.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, how do you feel like on the opposite end, the people you're talking to, how do you think that made them feel?
Oh, awful. And there was like some of them, not most of them, but some of them who are buying, they
Yeah.
gave the money, but they felt like there was a robbery, that I take something.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a push, not very good, man. And,
Yeah.
and
Were,
when
were
I
there? were there certain type of like pushy techniques you were using, or like what are some of the things you did?
Yeah. When do you want to start? Today or afternoon in Tuesday?
Okay, so
Come
like
on,
the
dude.
option
Yeah.
close.
Come on, dude. Trust me. I did it. You can do it. Come on. Just jump. Come on. You can do it. Come on, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Stop delaying. Stop waiting. What are you waiting? So
yeah,
many
yeah,
people are in the program. What are you waiting, man? Come on. Let's do it.
yeah.
No.
And you said you got average results doing that,
Yeah.
right? So it's like sometimes good,
Mm,
sometimes lower, a little bit
yeah.
up and down. Been there before, totally get it. So then walk me through, because we've been working together about 2 months now,
Yeah. 2 months.
right? So for you, what's I would say like some of the biggest shifts you feel like you've made over those past 2 months?
As I mentioned earlier, you just
Hmm.
combine the picture together because
Hmm.
from the natural selling method, I knew how to start the conversation, some questions,
Yeah.
uh, how to close the deal without being pushy, but something was missing. So you combined everything in a way that I was never discovered before, like
Uh-huh.
the identity selling, which is
Yeah.
amazing.
Uh-huh.
The exact moment where I can share my story in a way that I can
Uh-huh.
influence, and not influence to make the sale, but to
Yeah.
inspire the people to be better version of yourself. And something that I love that still I'm learning is
Yeah.
your amazing way that you're
Uh-huh.
there for the people,
Right.
that you try to step in their shoes, to remember uh, in your life, how to say in English, a situation like
Yeah.
they are right now, some your
Mhm.
situation, your life. How can I say this in English? Um,
Yeah. So it's like always on some level, how can I
yeah,
put myself in this person's shoes?
exactly,
How can I
exactly,
empathize with where they're at right now so I can understand typically where is their pain going to be, but also like how that feels. And then if you have that right focus, that's going to really hone in on your actual tone and you're able to connect a lot better with people.
exactly, exactly. To be natural, not something
Yeah.
that, not some technique that you learn.
Yeah. And I think and it's really, really important because especially like, since you don't sell in English, right? If you just got a bunch of word tracks of like, okay, this is how you do it, like how do you feel like that would even come off?
Yeah, exactly. I did, for example, I didn't understand the last sentence. Can you
Mhm.
repeat it? Because I
Yeah,
didn't.
so no worries. So I'm saying like, especially you selling in a different language, if
Yeah.
we didn't go over the actual psychology behind it, go on like understand it on a deep level, if I just gave you the words, how do you feel like that would translate?
Well, very hard, man. Very hard.
Yeah.
I have to start thinking that way. It's not the words, it's not the
Yeah.
sentence. It's not,
Yeah.
oh, come on, let's Google translate it and start using it. No, no, no. It's a way of thinking. It's a way
Yeah.
that you go on this meeting knowing that
Yeah.
you taught me this to be the
Uh,
bigger brother
yeah.
for them. And
Yeah.
for example, today I had a meeting with very scary girl, very scary, so much in their comfort zone. She was the whole life. And previous me would let it
Uh,
go. Today she bought because
yeah.
I made her believe in herself. That's not a
Yeah.
sales, that's transformation, man.
Right. Exactly. Because if you weren't the type of person she needed to talk to make her change,
Exactly.
like, and we let her go, is that
Mhm.
person ever going to change?
No, no,
Yeah.
no.
So it's like, I always felt for me personally, like there was a sense of responsibility. Like I needed to show up the best way I could to help as many people as possible. And you mentioned two big things, um, selling on identity and really sharing your story in the sales
Yeah,
process. Let's talk about identity because it's something that I teach a lot, right? And
yeah.
really being able to tap into somebody's identity. When you're able to really understand that and start doing that in your sales process, what are some shifts or how do you feel like that changed your sales process and you being able to connect with people?
It was like magic because in that moment, in the lives of these people,
Hmm.
my clients that came on the meeting, they most of them, nobody until now made them believe and picture and make a visualization of their best version.
Yeah.
Because in the gray routines of the daily work and everything, there's so much, their head is so much in the tasks and everything else. They just don't think about the best version. And when I did it in a way you taught me, they start seeing something they never dreamed of. And it's amazing to see the power back in their hands. So it's amazing.
Yeah.
And I can use
Man.
this when they start picturing themselves, the best version of themselves. It's really easy to overcome the objections, because if they say objection because of the limiting belief, I just remind them what is the best version would do.
Yeah.
So
and that's why I love selling
worked.
identity, because it's like it's the highest level of like what actually makes people change, like how they view themselves. So if we can get them to actually start to shift how they view themselves, getting them to make that change just becomes a lot easier.
A lot easier, yeah. And some of them, because the program is 1 year and we are together every week, we have sessions. The weeks pass by and they still, when we talk again, they still, hey man, I remember what we talked about the first meeting, and thank you so much, man, you gave me so much power, and you gave me back the belief in myself. So it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. And like how does that make you feel, like as the actual like salesperson? Like now we're getting people coming back, and like, dude, they're not only, it doesn't feel like you're taking something from them, they're excited the way that you actually sold them and you were able to make them change. Like how does that make you feel differently?
I have a goosebumps.
Yeah.
I did this transformation for me, and when I did, nobody came to make me believe in my better version. Nobody. So I did it in the hard way. If there was somebody like me, how I am for my clients right now, it would save me years, man.
Yeah.
So it's very important for me. I feel like I'm a savior for some people. I am this step that makes their dreams come true easier and faster.
Yeah. And that's really what it comes down to, man. Like at the end of the day, like you should enjoy sales because you're helping people change. And if you're able to really just tap into that, your conversations just become a lot more enjoyable, and you actually enjoy what you do. Like you're helping people get what they want.
And this reminds me of something that is very important that you helped me overcome, because when we start working, one of the first thing I taught you was that I was very stressed on the meeting. When it comes to objection handling, I was so much, I put so much pressure on myself, everything to be correct, to be perfect, that every sales call exhausts me. And the end of the day, I was, oh my God, my head is gonna explode. So you helped overcome this. And now when I hear some objection, it's a game for me. And you taught me about this. I was like, oh my, please don't say you have to talk to your wife. Please don't say it. Oh, it's so awful. Think about it. Oh my God, I have to overcome. It was like fighting against each other.
Yeah.
When I heard some objection, for example, today, I was, okay, man, that's not a problem. And I said that's not a problem before, but so much stress inside of me. So now it's very easy. So it's a fucking game, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Like now you know where to actually go and how to actually overcome those things in a way that helps them, and it's not you just pushing. And the other thing I did want to touch on as well is like telling your personal story, which I feel like not a lot of people actually talk about in sales, and it's something I did a lot, and it really helps you connect deeper with prospects in a way that, you know, you're actually talking to the person, they understand more about you, and they're able to open up more. So walk me through a little bit more about, you know, how, like exactly like what type of personal stories do you use, and how do you feel like that actually affects your sales conversations and your ability to connect with your prospects?
You know, when I heard about you how to introduce the story in the sales
Mhm.
process on the exact moment, I was, come on, man, I have amazing story because I have really
Mhm.
how to say strong story, like
Mhm.
emotional story about my change, my own change. The
Yeah.
biggest thing, man, is I am telling something with so much passion that I made my change. It was not easy. It was very hard, but I did it. And when I share my personal story, it just inspires people.
Yeah.
And before that, I tried to share my story, but
Mhm.
randomly,
Yeah.
not in the way that you taught me how to do it.
Yeah. Like tactfully.
Exactly, yeah. And it wasn't working. It worked. It was some in there, but no.
Yeah.
Right now, the identity plus my story, it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very happy.
Absolutely, man. So
Yeah.
then let's talk about the results. So it's been 2 months. Okay.
Yeah.
So I know some big things. You just
Yeah.
posted that you bought yourself a new car just this past month. What did the results look like?
Whew. Okay, first month, my commission was 25,000 level, and the
Yeah.
last month, 32.
Yeah. So you do a big jump from
Yeah,
8 to 25, and
yeah.
then another big jump from 25 to 32.
Actually, 8 is average. The month before we start working, I was on 5, which
Oh,
is
wow.
$2,500
Yeah.
your currency,
Yeah.
5,000 mil. And when we start working together, 25, 32.
Yeah. So 6x.
6x, yeah.
and and I know like there for a while, man, you were like batting 1,000. You're like 8 for 8. Like you're just posting those updates. What was like the closing percentage? Like how many opportunities did you get? Do you have all that?
Well, before it was around 25%.
Uh-huh.
Now it's 60% on average.
Okay. So it's like 25% to
Yeah,
60%,
yeah,
which again is just wild, right? So it's like
well,
just in 2 months, being able to increase it that much. But you're not only responsible for you, right?
yeah,
Like you have a
yeah,
team that you train as well, and you started training them the methods that I taught you. What's the
exactly.
difference you've actually noticed, like in the team, the results? I know you're going on and on. You're listing out all these numbers. Like, what's the difference you've seen in them?
Okay, I have 3 guys, 1 girl and 2 boys in my team,
Mhm.
and I'm the trainer. So the boy, he's we started together
Yeah.
2 years ago. And his record was not record. His last month before we
Uh-huh.
started working was 80K turnover.
Right.
Last month, 180K. So he made his own record.
Yeah. So you added
It
a
was
hundred
good.
thousand and what he was able to close.
Exactly. Yeah. And the girl whose previous best month was 30,000, she's maybe from 2 or 3 months in the company.
Hmm.
30,000. Last month, 90,000.
Wow. So she
And I
she
have a
tripled.
yeah, and I have a guy who is 20 years
Yeah.
old. And last month he made 70K. Before
Like
that he
first month in.
yeah, before that he was just 1 or 2 sales in a month.
Yeah. So he just really ramped it up.
Yes. So I'm very good in teaching, obviously in Bulgarian. So everything what I learn from you, I break down for them to be very easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're listening to me and they're very happy. And the whole firm is going wild, man. Going wild. Last month we made something like 600,000, above 500,000 in turnover
Yeah.
for the firm.
Yeah.
2 years ago, this was the whole revenue, like the whole turnover for the whole year. We did it
Yeah.
in a month.
That's wild, man. So
Yeah.
not only for you, just the whole team, and it just got you to a point where breaking records all around.
Yeah, man. exactly. We're you know, we are doing fantastic results, but you know what I'm feeling
What?
watching you? I
Huh?
have so much to learn. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm on the first how to say your school first first degree, um before the high school, what is the
You know, like
baby?
you're like an elementary, middle school. Like we still need to get to high school and just take it to the next
Exactly,
level.
exactly. I feel like a small boy compared to what I have to learn, what I
Yeah.
can learn from you, man.
Yeah. And it really like dude, it makes me super happy because like the biggest thing is like you've just gone all in, become obsessed with this stuff, like the same way like I did. Like I can
Yeah,
see myself in you like, like 4 or 5 years ago. So it's
yeah,
like, dude, sky's the limit. But when
exactly.
it comes down to also as well, you bought yourself a new car,
Yeah.
right? Tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, until now I drove really old cars with a lot of problems. My last car was like 5K, costs
Yeah.
5K. And I really wanted to because you know, very interesting. When I help people see their uh, identity change, the best
Yeah.
version of themselves, higher standards, that make me that made me think about that. Which are my higher standards that I want to
Yeah.
live? One of these was a brand new car, so I just did it. I go and buy a brand new car because I knew that I deserve it, and my
Yeah.
best version drives a new car,
Right.
not all
Yeah.
old one. I don't want to see it. I give it to the brother of my girlfriend, and I said to him, "Please sell it to somebody. I don't want to see ever again this car."
No, that's great, man. Yeah, because like to be the best salesperson you can be, to be the best person who leads other people, you got to lead yourself first. And that's what I'm
Exactly.
also big on too.
Mhm.
So do you have any advice from, people who might be seeing this, if they're wanting to get better at sales, maybe they're in a similar spot, like what's the advice or what are the biggest things you would tell them to work on?
If you speak English, guys, learn from Christian. If you don't speak English, learn English fast and start to work with Christian, because my mistake, and I lost a lot of sales. And if I knew about you one
Uh-huh.
year, 2 years ago, I wouldn't spend this time struggling and losing money and losing
Yeah.
success. I have to take you for the one foot and start learning from you, because you're just amazing mentor. It's
I
in your
appreciate
blood,
it, man.
it's in your soul. So you have amazing future as a person who will uh, make a lot of salespeople great.
Yeah. I appreciate that, man. That means a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah,
All right, cool, man. I feel we could probably wrap it up here. I feel like we hit every point. Um, but dude, fucking great interview, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Well, it's from my heart, because really, I'm so passionate about learning, and when
Hmm.
I feel stuck in something and
Hmm.
can go up, it kills me. So
Yeah,
you're just the fast track for me.
yeah,
And right now you're uploading the records from whole our session, and I am watching there over and over again and trying to write down every sentence that hits me hard, of something that I can learn,
right.
and I apply it in my process, and I teach my team.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely, man.
so I'm passionate about it, man. I learn a lot, and I just can't wait to see the next results, man.
Absolutely. Next step, 50K per month.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.